Ian, give me an idea about you then. How long have you been working in this industry? 'Cause it's a fantastic industry, and I can imagine you might have been attracted to it. You might have been working in it for years. So, what's your story?
My story is I started in 1988 for one of the biggest manufacturers in the UK at the time.
Yes,
ABI in Beverley. And throughout my life, I've always, or near enough always, stayed in the caravan industry. At the moment, I work for Wandahome South Cave, where we stock probably more caravans and motorhomes than any single dealership in Yorkshire. In my present role, what I generally do is I buy used caravans in for the company and used motorhomes, and I also sell used and new caravans.
Okay. Well, you've got to, just from where we are here in this bit, this sort of 100 yards or so is an incredible, bewildering choice. Now you're in the industry, so you know the ins and outs, and it's one of these things, isn't it? Once you start accumulating the knowledge, then the knowledge is in there, and it'll be easy to you. It'll be second nature. But for me, coming in here, I'm just like, oh my gosh, if I had 25 grand in my pocket, I wouldn't know where to start, frankly. And that, I mean, broadly speaking, let's start with that. If I came in to see you with 25 grand in my pocket, you will be able to sort me out with what, a good quality new caravan? Are we still looking last year's models, this year's models?
At 25,000, I would say that's mainly going to be the new models.
Yeah.
However, there is a few 2018s which would be at that price point, but that would be top of the range, which we've then discounted down to that point.
Okay.
I would say there's a few things which you need to look at as a first-time buyer. As a first-time buyer, it's always about layout and price. So it's okay coming with a budget, but it's also then our job to try and find which is the correct layout for your needs.
So is there much variation? Because I mean, I'm thinking, a caravan's a caravan. You've got a door, you go in, it's got a kitchen bit, a sitting bit, you've got a bedroomy bit. I mean, does it get quite complex and complicated?
It does. There's probably, I would say, about 30 current layouts within the UK. Yeah.
Wow.
You start obviously with 2 berths, 3 berths, 4 berths, 5 berths, and then 6 berths. We don't yet do a 7 berth in England. I think they do on the continent, but not in England. So first of all, you've got to think how many people are going away, which then, if there's only 2 of you, you can either go for a 2 berth or a 4 berth. In some cases, even just 2 people go for a 6 berth.
Yeah.
Twin axle, they might be siting it on site. They may be just wanting the extra space. But it's just deciding what layout suits their particular needs.
And that figure of 25,000, I don't have in my pocket, by the way, dear listener, in case you were wondering, but that figure of 25,000, is that something that, are we talking 4 berth there, or can we look at a 6 berth at 25,000, or again, does it depend whether you want to go for new or one of the slightly older models?
It's not always about new or used. At 25,000, you could probably buy, I would say, 90% of our new caravans. Right. And I would say the new caravans at the moment, I think the cheapest new caravan that we've got on is just short of 17,000, going all the way up to 34,000.
Right.
So there's obviously big differences between, but it's not on the actual berth. It's not even on the layout. Most manufacturers have what they call a lightweight range, and then they have like a middle range, and then they have top of the range. So you could get a top of the range caravan for 25,000, or you could, which is a 2 berth, but you could also get a 2 berth for 17,000, which is a lightweight range.
In this 100 metres or so of new caravans we got here, there's Swifts at one end and Baileys at the other end. I know down the far end there you've got the lightweight Baileys, and as a new buyer, I would be inclined to say I want a lightweight caravan. So surely that's got to be the best option. It's got to be easier to tow. Is that me completely deluding myself? It's not that straightforward?
It's not always that straightforward, because it does always depend on what vehicle the customer's got. For instance, they may have a Land Rover, which could pull up to 3 tonne. If they've got a vehicle like that, they might want to go for something which is bigger. They might be used to towing other things like trailers, might have horse boxes, so it might not faze them, the actual weight of the vehicle or the size of the vehicle. So in that case, it doesn't really matter if they're just first-time caravanners, because it's not going to really cause them a problem.